Right.
We should hurry.
Two, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
It appears they are all locked.
Is this a dead end? It looks like the thing next to the number 9 door.
Does that lever move?
Well, that was easy enough.
Then we are likely meant to go there. I have no idea. There do not seem to be any other mechanisms which might cause them to unlock.
I don't think that's really something we should be worrying about right now. We have a door that's open, we should go through it.
You are correct. There is little to be achieved by remaining here.
The rec room, apparently. Oh, you didn't see it. There was a plate on the door. It said rec room, as I recall.
Short for recreation, one might assume. How ironic. I doubt recreation is foremost on any of our minds right now.
If you think the armor's weird, check that thing out.
Is that a ride?
Yeah. I see them in front of grocery stores all the time. You put a coin in and it kind of rocks around. You must have gone on one at least once when you were a kid.
I have no memory of doing so, but it is possible.
No, I don't think so. I guess it's part of someone's collection.
That seems like an exceedingly odd thing to collect. Now that you mention it, it does give the impression that people are supposed to stay here for an extended period of time. They have a small but well-stocked infirmary. Anyone here would be able to treat at least minor injuries and illnesses.
So you think this room is to help people keep from going out of their minds with boredom?
Yes. Relaxation is important in an isolated environment.
I agree. Let's just find those moon card things and get out of here.
Ah, there's a door over there. In other words, the moon cards must be... Interesting.
Hey,
Shall we have a look then?
they're all the same. It looks like... Right.
No, I just feel as if I've seen... I don't know. Perhaps I haven't been here.
You mean the Floor A warehouse?
Perhaps.
An ambidex 45.
Someone else...
Before we...
I imagine that would be the most logical. In any event...
Sigma? Nope, we were the first. Then wait a little longer. It wasn't us. I tried to stop him.
Come on, it's not like when we open the door.
No, it's not.
Your team returned quite early. Did your investigation go smooth?
I guess. The treatment center. There were these. Look, just go see for yourself. I don't feel like explaining.
You took something from the treatment.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You did. After we opened the safe, you grabbed. Show us what you took.
Get away from me.
It should be in this.
Let go.
I knew it! I don't know, but I feel like I've heard that name.
Give it back. I found it, so it's mine.
Hey!
Have any of you seen Quark? Anyone? Please!
We found a pantry on the other side of the red door, but after we left,
We've looked everywhere, but we can't.
Don't you think you're being a little... Come on, that little jerk's probably... We've already found one corpse.
What the hell is wrong?
How could you? Why would you say such a...
Whoa, simmer down there.
Yes!
Ah, Sigma. Any luck? I see. Indeed. I went to the treatment center, as well as the Good idea. Perhaps the others have had...
Well, did you...
Are the three of you the only other...
Yeah,
Yeah, no clues or any...
I don't get it. With this many people looking, it seems like we'd be able...
Quark is only a child. It's possible he's become trapped in a small...
Yeah, you're right.
Quark.
Hey, you guys, come here. What are you standing around? They're in the crew quarters. Just come on.
Your heart stops.
My God.
What on earth happened?
That bastard killed whoever it was that killed the old lady.
Maybe only one of them was supposed to be killed.
Or perhaps Luna stabbed Alice in the chest.
That's pretty far-fetched. Look at Alice's clothes. I don't think they've...
Then were they killed?
No.
I guess that's true.
Whatever the case, we'd all separated. Any one of us could have done it. Do you think there's someone else?
Do you think that Zero seen...
Oh, give me a... How can you just... You fucking... I can't think of...
You do really...
Excuse me?
You wait until the rest of us have gathered in the warehouse. You pretended to be the first.
Are you saying I did...
I'm just saying it's a... You don't need to get so...
10 minutes. All, if no any.
Yes, it does. Perhaps that outcome is...
Quark and myself.
One person is missing and I'd say this old fart's the most...
You want to say that to my...
Yeah, you killed her.
Are you in... How do you explain... She's playing against Kate!
Even without his partner, Alice.
Then maybe that's why... Maybe they meant to kill Sigma, but some...
True, but we are engaging in pure speculation here. We should take their... Without their bracelets, some of us would be...
You're pretty calm. You did it, didn't you?
A sterling to die. I await your further... He wears a mask, therefore he...
What did you just say? Are you fucking with me?
Agreed. We aren't getting any...
I apologize. We should return...
Alice. No! I'm not going. I can't just...
If you don't vote...
Huh?
He's got 6 BP. If you don't vote, and I bet my left arm that'd be 3 points. Once he's got that, I'll try and pick out... But Dio's not an... He'll try and stop me.
Dio will have 9.
What are you gonna do, Clover? If you stay here, you might be...
Fine. I'll do it. There's no way.
Good. Let's go.
Five.
Sigma, you have 5 B. If we both ally, then should you also cooperate mutually in the following round. Conversely, if you were to choose... In other words, you will be unable to reach... That being the case, choose... Me? Escaping as soon as... That was in the interest of as I only had 3 points at the time. Now that I have 6 BP... Of course I would like, but attempting to do so would... Isn't it obvious? If I escape on my own... Have you forgotten what Zero...
The number 9 wants...
I trust you. Precisely. Did you not... I would never do that. Consider the following. If I did manage, especially... You see? Working to...
1 minute.
Our time... I trust you.
Thirty seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round result. Thank Ambidex. Results from round 2 of please. Points, please.
So you did indeed shoot. I apologize.
Sigma! You fucking idiot! Now Kay's got 9 points.
I apologize for taking further advantage of...
Kay! God damn it! Wait, you son of a bitch!
Oh no!
The number it will read.
The answer is obvious. 3 people have... If I remain, a simple decision, really. I'm sure you would have done... I apologize. I do intend to Now then.
The number 9. This thank you as the escape, please.
He's
Damn it! This is all your...
There's no point to blaming.
Yeah, it's not like we can open that.
Ah!
Results from please.
Leading to a draw. I could ask the same. I had thought that you would choose... As I told you before, I might choose to... Then you do not trust... No need to apologize. Trust must be earned in a game like this. Indeed.
If you just picked Ally, I'd have 9...
Why on earth would I have done? There's no way Clover would have chosen Ally when you had a chance to betray. Are you an idiot or...
Bunch of smartasses.
Of course. Luna, no risk of a penalty for her.
That brings Quarksby...
Are you worried that he might try and get out?
Well, if he were to do so...
Bet you're all pretty happy he isn't. Maybe you aren't saying it, but I...
The Amberjack's gates have round start. There is the...
So it would seem...
All right, be on the next set of...
Oh? You found them all? White doors, huh? Maybe that's where Quark went. The warehouse on... Damn.
We will need to form group...
Time we had a look at all... I'm a magenta.
As am I.
You and me, huh? Better than Dio, I...
You say something?
What color are you?
I'm a green solo. What's with the sigh?
Forget about it.
Cyan, pear.
I'm a cyan pear.
Alice and Luna's bracelets have changed as well. Both of them are yellow pairs.
He's a red solo. In order to open the white doors, you'd normally... That's why the pairs are magenta. Magenta is a mix of red, so if you combine magenta with green, you get white. And so on.
Okay then, we just need to get to the floor B. I'll be taken off then. Anywhere that isn't hanging out with a murderer doesn't sound...
The guy who insists on splitting up is usually the first to buy.
What?
Well, then again, loners often turn out
Just what are you getting at, old man?
well, maybe not.
You trying to start something?
We have no evidence of that, no, and there is an excellent chance.
Wait, then are you saying there's another person?
Well,
Yeah, I've got to find Quark.
If we're going to search,
I'm not going with Kate. He decides he feels like snapping me in half. There's not...
I'll go with anyone besides.
I don't want to go with you.
fine. He's hardly my first.
What the hell?
Just figured that this way we don't have to make this. Besides, I'm gonna be stuck with you once we... No reason to put it off.
I will go with Sigma. Would you prefer someone else?
That leaves me and Clover.
Yep.
We'll take the cyan door on floor A.
All right, Clover and I'll take the magenta door.
Got it.
See you later then.
Well, they're technically, at least. The old woman. It seems remarkable. Maybe she had something. A watch, perhaps. Yes, it was likely removed, and that would account for the lack of... You raise a good point. Perhaps it was some kind... Then that would mean... Are you sure? This old woman, a play... Oh, no. If you're correct, we were quite thorough during a... But I know that I saw nothing. That would seem likely. So our suspect is not only but a skilled imposter. After killing the old woman, in fact, it is entirely... Yes. Yes. Correct. Do you remember what something about how the bracelet will come off if the wearer's heart's... But in any event, once the old woman had died, her bracelet... So that they could participate in the... I suspect the killer was someone who was not... For whatever reason, however, to that end, they killed the old woman. That... I have no idea. Certainly they must have a goal of some sort, but as to what that goal is, and how... I'm afraid I do not... Have you noticed something? Right. Sigma, please... The killer would have, of course, only a fool would walk around with... Yes? Have you discovered something? Oh? Aha, I see. That could very well... We should have everyone... That is where the luminol... Understood. Shall we go then? the same as... So it does. The center and rightmost, perhaps the layout here is... That looks... Very well. Oh, no. Yes. No, it was empty. Yes. I was... Specifically, I was thinking about... No. That when we met up with Dio, he told us that the nameplate on this door says this is the... I believe that is the... Which, as if Dio, Phi, and Clover did not open... Yes. This is the... An excellent question. They must be the... Shall we open it? What? Hold on, Sigma. Calm down. Look at his chest. Can you... What a relief. I'm so glad to know. Perhaps Zero's... I have no idea. This pod is for medical treatment. Perhaps Quark has contracted... Well, how would I know that? In any event, we should return, I imagine... No. As I mentioned, there is... If so, then the treatment he is currently undergoing. I'll close the pods... Is that all right? What do you mean? He'll be fine. I noticed a lever inside that can... So long as no one locks the pod. Yes, that is... But you needn't worry. You see? I have not engaged the... Now, we should... I imagine the other...
You're late.
You're one. Yeah.
So,
Yeah? Well, go on. Spell. I see. Oh, that's good.
little jerk.
There is more.
And
There is still some cause.
Just spit.
Quark may have contracted it. As such, he has been...
will he be all... Probably? Do you...
Whatever. Pretty lucky.
What do you mean by
I
that?
mean what I said. I'm glad he's not dead.
As equivocal and...
How kind of you to say...
So, was Quark all you... the way you were talking? Two?
No, just the... tr-
What do you mean the other?
Who could have opened it?
Don't look at me. I told you, we only opened the—
Could it have been 0C? So did you and Kay go through the... What was in there?
It appeared to be some sort of room.
That doesn't make any— So what the hell was whoever—
Tenmyoji and Clover. Should we go and look?
It's never eat.
Well, huh.
This is the... Dio and I came here.
So why are we—
Was there something...
Whoa, what? You gonna start telling ghost stories? You're kidding.
Our bracelets?
What do you mean by that? I know what you mean. What I'm asking is—
Should I also?
This okay?
Ugh, cold. What the hell, man?
That leaves.
Wait, what are you talking about?
What do I have to do with you? Oh, like hell, I don't know what you're— No! You don't get to order—
I'm afraid I can't. Right!
Don't know what you're talking...
Let me go! Get off of me, you— No! You don't understand. This is all some kind of shit!
What's going on? I think it's about time you... So the person...
Alright, fine. You caught me. I killed the old bitch.
Are you Zero?
No, I was under orders. I was sent here.
Who gave you this?
I'll die. Whoa, let's not get it. I killed the old lady, but I don't know anything about what happened.
Tread carefully. This man is not to be trusted.
Come on, I'm telling you, gotta believe—
Even if we do believe you, you just haven't killed his...
Exactly. He should be. If we leave him be.
Is there a room we can lock?
Ah, perhaps we could put. Once we've locked it.
Hey, wait! I'll be good. Come on, please. Don't fuck with me. There's no way in hell I'm— Let go! Let me go! God damn it! I told you, ass! You can't do this! Stop! Stop! Please. Open this! I said— You're gonna— Can I get out of—
Now all...
Why don't we head? They may have already.
Let's go.
Perhaps.
How much time? Then I don't think we... Why don't we wait a little for all we... By the way, yeah. When we found him in the... Why?
Presumably.
So we have no... I see. That's not... Without that... We need... If we lose... Yeah.
Quark's bracelet. That would mean he'd be with the.
Clover and Tenmyo.
The two people.
Quark's... Well, if they...
Perhaps they. Perhaps some. I don't know, but it's happened. Remember the someone. Perhaps that. Yes, but if the zeros.
So are you...
It is a. It would.
Could they...
So I.
Okay, I'll stay.
Sigma,
Make sure you get. Oh.
so it would appear. When we, which would have. Very well. Oh, well. Well, yes. My father. Please, this is. Yes. I. Well. I was raised in the facility where he was the only person who worked. That had been the situation. I lost. Not having any memories is less than. No, especially. Would it be alright if I did my head? Yes, I think I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I just decided to go. Waited a long time, judging by your face. Damn. Where's Kay? You decided to. What's up with him? Is he alright? Tired, huh? How are you feeling? I feel tired. Your face. Who knows? Are you serious? You can't I'm just like I was kidding. Yeah, it came from. There's nobody. Let's try it. If the door. Thought so. Let's just head for. Because the tree. That's where Dio and. You aren't. I just want to make. Are you sure? Dio and. What if he's telling the. Doesn't matter. No harm in. Yeah, I guess I was probably getting worried. How about Dio? Check his pulse! Look, the oxygen level for his. Someone must have tampered with the pot. Look. Come on.
What? What? But why? I thought that Dio was the one who killed. Then who killed him?
There's also. No, I'm just saying that strictly so just.
Well, in that case, Phi, I hate to.
Me?
Yes, you could have done it any time.
Don't give me that. I was waiting for Clover. I never did, though, so I got it. Then I bumped into Sigma.
I I see. So you heard. Then perhaps it is likely that...
Were the two of you...
Yes, we were.
You never split up?
In any event.
All right, let's get back to the... Maybe Clover...
Oh.
Huh?
You didn't take it? Dio was agreed. Phi and I are the...
Shit. Without Dio's...
I fear not. All three. You two go on ahead.
All right.
Oh, one. I need to give you these. Yes. Without... So, here you are. Please.
All right, let's get... Maybe they did go... Or... Hey, I want to believe... But...
I apologize for...
Did you get Dio?
Well, technically, yeah.
Huh?
Best you just... This is what I found.
What?
I assume whoever... I can't say for sure, but if I were to guess...
Chromatic 5.
With the brace...
That means K...
They'll be.
I see. That's what they... Whoever killed Dio, that's why they...
I think so. It makes...
Go on ahead, Sigma. You have those bracelets you should be able to get... So just...
But if you stay...
Is an anesthetic called your bracelet if you break. My brother Neos, that means I knew.
Give it back. I found it.
The antidote. Sigma, where are you going?
One. Three. Chromatic.
Oh dear.
Sigma. What the hell? Why did you... Then... Why didn't you... You're the biggest... No, screw this. I don't want to live. No, I'm not. You could open...
Yes. No. Sigma. Your reasoning, because I couldn't... He took the life. I couldn't... She showed me how to see... Yes, I am. She was the woman who came... Sigma. Unfortunately, I made a promise that you would hear. Do you understand? This is... You can't... If you see a lion with M-I-L-K, this will open...
No, this is one of the... Damn, I guess you did lose your... Check your bracelet. Mine's the same. No, I think we woke. Push the button. We didn't I think we're about an... Yeah, Akane might... We got back before... I think. Right. Exactly. Don't need to tell me. Let's go. He's fine, just unconscious. I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea. He had it coming.
So you came. I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right? Have been stabbed in the... Although, that reminds... Thank you. I very much appreciate you saving me.
Hold on. How do you know about being Are you an Esper?
Yes, indeed I am. I am able to jump through time, just like you. Because I had to. Think back. Why are you... If I hadn't been killed by... Consequently, your... I did explain the purpose of the AB project. In order for that to happen, when a human brain is faced, information is processed more quickly. Unfortunately, the amplitude of... In order to increase... It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you store, that's what fires the bullet out of this. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, when the bullet of your conscience, from that perspective, in other words, your consciousness has, in order for that to happen.
We're infected with...
Yes. Don't you remember? Luna should have told you
Are infecting all of these...
every single one of... Well, apart from... Unfortunately, we needed to slow your minds in order to Then we provided a diet. The result is what your consciousness now. Even that, how you had the ability to travel. If the project was to succeed, that was the reason you were... With each jump, eventually, you would be able to That was why you had to select by forcing specific choice. Yes. Haven't I told death was on you are all death. Sacrifices had Ah, I'm sure you're
What? Just when is
in a future not. I'm going to keep this with me. But it's almost. No, in a few moments you'll. This is the way. Don't fight it. Logomorph.
Yes!
Logomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. Logomorph this. Unlock my brace.
Compliance!
Now, I have put the bracelet. All we have to do is place his body in the.
That's the one Quark is.
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your. Once that's done. To recreate your consciousness is your body will be emptied if your bodies aren't back in the.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that. Well, I guess this.
You are exact. Lastly, I'll tie it onto your ankle. Tu fui ego erit.
It's Latin. It means what I am.
Yes. It will help you meet some. Go. Return. You won't. I will be. Now hurry.
Oh, looks like you.
Why are we here?
Do you know what?
Kay and I went back,
We waited and waited, and
so we went to the warehouse.
we found you passed out.
Kay and I hurried back.
You mean what happened? Huh.
Hey, what are you? What am I?
Back among the conscious.
Yeah, thanks.
Grandpa told me what. Thanks for finding them.
Really grabbing it. Not really my point.
Whatever. For now that you guys are awake,
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
I've got that means I got 6 more points.
You've been asleep from. We've played the AB.
Yes, of course, the color and group is. But no matter who. And now all of us have.
Haven't I? Death was sacrifice.
Come on, let's open the door. All right, let's get going.
Yes.
The number it will. Two, 1, 0. The number. The number this ends. Thank you. As the game.
Looks like we did it.
Yes, we should keep.
You know what this place...
Whoa! You're saying the air out.
Why? How did all the...
Did.
No, that's not possible.
We've come this... Let's go out. There's no way to know what's really...
All right.
Where the hell are we?
The desert?
I figured that.
I don't know. I think I know. Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December. So.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for...
I think so.
The moon. Well, the moon shadow. Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. And I agreed. Like an idiot. Just... such an idiot. So, that being... might as well start with this. I meant what I said, but that up there is the moon. Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow...
That's... Earth?
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. Then again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon.
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon. No way. No. How do you expect us to... This can't be the...
Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, the moon only has 1/6 of the Earth. So what's this? See? That looked perfectly.
Yes, it looked. You were right about I was one of the people who knew this. Well, I suppose I'm not. People.
Excuse me?
Please just listen. Alice, you were infected. Then we gave you the accelerator. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's It can take a while for your brain to. Every one of us has been in other words, all of our brains have. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, that means our brains are running at something slightly like. As you said before, the time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple it will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6. I used 4.9 meters because the gravity constant, you could drop something from 10 centimeters or. Does that make sense? So, now we've established that on the moon, that being the case, what would happen to them, 2.45 seconds would feel like. But it's not that's what's been happening to.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason?
Are you sure? You think back. Huh? You and Sigmund Phi said something about how you felt weird. It's kind of like my body isn't. I'm sort of.
Wait, this is crazy. That can't look at it. I've seen that thing is just.
Before we get into that, this isn't New Year's Eve. Today is January 20. No.
Don't tell me.
Still no.
Then just what?
It's 74. 2000. I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth?
That's about 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors. On the 13th, all 18 of them, the explosion was about 180. I suppose it started a few. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out on December 31st, 2000. Well, accident doesn't quite. The point is, Radical 6 didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of. Like Luna explained, but eventually, pretty soon, the bodies started. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison or fire. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or one pilot on a passenger airline. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt. That meant food couldn't get distributed. And thousands of people who weren't even everywhere you went, there were just. I don't know what hell's like. After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected, they got a hold of some radios and organized it. There was only one thing to discuss. How could they get rid of radical? The answer, they decided, was they figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth. On April 13th in 2000, that plan was to detonate all. Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor, but I've got my own theory. I think that the bombers had already been infected, and when they died, they took the ultimate, if I die, you're coming with me. I'd bet you money they'd all lost it, killing most of the world, no matter, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. You ever heard of nuclear winter? The explosions threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere. It blotted out the sun for 7 years. Plants withered and animals, a few humans who were left, banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually, they were over, though. Plants started blooming again, and things weren't quite bad. It's been 45 years now. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sun sets red? Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, so there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light
Hey, Sigma, I think I figured something. I figured out why there's an extra. Yeah, the one on. I think it's an anagram. Just like on. God damn it, Sigma! Knock it off! Memento mori, if the ninth. If you rearrange the letter, the man on the moon rules the infinite. See? You need 6 E's to get that, so they stuck an extra one in ninth. I think it's a message for us from Zero. Remember what she was telling us?
We created to transport the consciousness.
My God, you don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump I think they're planning to send us back. Yeah. I think so. Well, Akane should be able. Let's go pay her a visit. I've got. Come on. Remember what she said when she.
To free.
Well, come on. What are you waiting? Let's go.
What? Did you forget something? You mean Akane? I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Wait. Why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please.
I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
I'm going to this.
So am I.
Hey,
Yeah, you know her real well.
wait, you're serious? What the hell is going on?
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once, assuming Zero Jr. was telling, but the door on floor B.
Yeah. I thought we might be able to take.
Any idea where Akane... Wait, you mean...
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her up?
What is this?
It doesn't look like a...
Yeah, it's a treatment pod.
Oh my God.
It is, isn't it?
Let's see what's inside. No good. I think it's locked.
Treatment pod. T stage 2. Once stage 2.
What? So, Ms. Akane... Then we gotta wait...
So how about you tell us your story? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered.
What do you remember?
Everything. I was born and raised in this facility. A rhizome is an underground plant stem. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like, supposedly that's why the number comes from there are 54 rhizomes on the moon. Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter. In any event, I grew up here. I watched them create the AB.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma. Yes.
So, you want us to change his go back and keep Radical 6 from getting that's our mission?
Well, not a... It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep... But even if you do make it back, by now...
Too late?
Let me begin at the begin... You might be thinking that Zero Senior and but that's not entirely... They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining... That is why you had to play the AB game. By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous... We speculated that jumping more would The puzzles were also there for... Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle... That was the reason for the puzzle. Your infection with Radical 6 was also by slowing down your brain's processing speed. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide... Like a bullet from a sling...
Wait, hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sid, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, we needed you here to accurately replicate those histories. Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. Yes, I suppose I shouldn't. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can... First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago. The location is Earth, more specifically, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility. You were placed in treatment pods, and 4 months later, you arrived at the date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a space... Following your arrival, your pods were... Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in the...
Yes, in preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you? I mean that you are able to access... Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking, as I've already explained, the purpose of this project, Espers are able to sort of resonate, you understand? And this is why we brought you here.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to...
Huh? But I didn't...
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform a prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that only you could do that. Because of your feat of mathematics, we were able to question him. Finally, we used that information. Without your help, Alice, we would have been... This history exists because of... Now, let me explain. Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same... You are able to access the... Almost half a century ago, you used that...
Yeah, I did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone. He kept saying he couldn't run off to the...
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry. I mean, I agreed to come. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that...
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. During the trip, Zero told me I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that. And when I woke up...
Now, his real name is Left, and he was ordered to come. The Myrmidons are under the... It was Brother who orchestrated the release... Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project, if we succeed, that our success would prevent them from... That is why Brother sent Left. They needed to stop the... So, Dio, the first, was to eliminate Akane. The second was to join... If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed. In other words, in that world, the project... If things didn't go as planned, if you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the...
He was also an Esper. We can set Brother aside. May I proceed? Excellent. That explains Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already... I don't believe I should reveal. I think it would be more appropriate if you could... Would that be all right with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me, as I said before, the rest of you were brought to this facility. That makes me so...
Hey, who is...
You've already met him, Sig, in another timeline.
Stage 2 TP.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Okay, let's get started then. Ready? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
You finally know. Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Yes, I am.
Akane Kurashiki.
It's June. I mean, Akane from...
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a... Or you, Junpei.
Junpei?
Akane. Long time no see.
When?
Do you remember when the two of you... Once you saved me, you went back to your... I carried your bodies to the third AB. After that...
So by the time you and Clover came out...
Yes. No, it was in this timeline, in this one, you two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat. Your actions in the future.
All right, what about the other history? Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite the man in front.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not...
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that he, on the other hand, with large doses of soporil, can...
So, who is...
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
I've never seen him before.
Me either.
Total stranger.
Huh?
Huh?
Are you... Did you hit your head or...
Sigma, you can inhabit your body in the past. Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future from 45 years ago. It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb. Although to the you that's behind it now, Zero, the master, is you. No, it's the truth. Fighting it isn't. Please, Doc. You will be a pioneer in the field. No, I'm not. You created him. Well, I suppose I should say you are. His name is Kyle Climb, your clone. That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, well, I suppose for you, when I said I was born, the gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth if nothing was done. The reduced but you prepared for that. You gave him ever since he was born. It kept his muscles and he wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day. He was to be your, if something happened to you before the... I mentioned before that the AB, that isn't all. The A also means an anima, is another word for the past consciousness. Will go into the future. That was the chief goal. Sigma, do you remember the
You mean this?
Yes. Ah, of course it was
Yeah.
Sigma. It's an illustration of the time. A is where everything began. December 25th. You inhaled the white smoke. From there, January 25th, you woke up in one. You are in your own body, but your consciousness. I believe that may explain the body you woke up in. Normally, you would have noticed. In this case, however, the lower gravity. Moving on, if you continue along the... You reach C, which is January 27th, 2000. That is today.
Whoa. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days?
36 hours have you already? You are all infected. The virus slowed, so yes. But to you, it... Now comes the important part. After this, it will re-emerge. April 13th, you will return to...
But that's the same day as the reactor explosion.
Yes. That is why I said you will return to the past. But the events... The story does not... The line continue. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B. But this time, you won't be jumping through time. Your consciousness will spend until you reach point. Do you remember? Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22 years... So where did the older Yes, his consciousness for a period of time, while your younger conscious... That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger... Rotating. I suppose you could, but look at this illustration. What if you take all these, you get one? It may look complicated, with one except... Exactly. Point E is Yes, by now you've likely... The purpose of the AB project was if we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years. Yes, that is why this in order for the 67-year-old, in order to get to point D and for point C to happen, we had to that is why we, so that we might and undo. What is that? Yes, That's right. Very soon. Yes. We need potential energy store. Fortunately, thanks, ironically, all that remains like a bullet. Didn't I tell? Crisis. A moment balanced that can jumpstart. You haven't figured. I mean this.
Today is April 13th. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. All of our station's reporters have... So have my have managed to keep us on the air until now. It's time for me to sign. This concludes our broadcast. I pray that someday. Goodbye.
It looks like the first step was successful. Killed? Hey, no need to be rude about it. I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine. Yes, you and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis. Yes, I only told you about you, but... we also needed Phi. Now, you know what happens Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow. We've nearly finished preparing. Only a few last-minute checks. You'll be traveling to Rhizome. Yes. Phi. We put her into cold. She appeared at our headquarters and... that wasn't the Phi who jumped from point C, though. It was Phi before she jumped. In other words, she was following the same path you are, and she still is. Yes. The point C version of she'll stay there for the next sleeping in ice. Correct. We can't do that. You haven't figured it out? You have to spend the next 40 after arriving at Rhizome 9. You must master. Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle. And, of course, you will need to develop the... you will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark. Once you've completed all the preparations, January 20th, you will defrost Phi and carry her to... once you've done that, the 20th, and you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2000. You have to. If you don't, only you and Phi. I can't do anything if this is going to work. What do you mean? You'll both enter the Mars mission I don't know. I'm sorry. I really don't know anything about... we don't know how the Radical Six... we don't even know why it was there in the first place. That's why we need your... you have the ability to jump through time, and we need you to figure out what happened. Things will be difficult. And I'm sure you will find yourself... but I believe that... the 67-year-old version of you told me he wasn't able to stop the virus. So I suppose you could say you told... that the test facility is full of... there was one point. A woman's... you risked yourself for her sake, and lost your arms, and your right eye. Go have a look.
Where?
I see you've finally woken up, Kyle.
Kyle.
Ah, yes, of course. You've only just woken up, and it's only natural for some of your memories to be missing.
Kyle Climb. So, I'm...
What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be...
What day is today?
January 20...
And today is the last day. Akane has explained everything, and she drew a knife and attacked. How long have I...
About 5 hours. For them, it would have seemed like a little...
So they still haven't been treated for their Radical 6?
No, they've all been given the antivirus. It just takes a while to happen.
I see. So the consciousness of the younger Sigma should have happened right after Akane attacked...
Yes,
Why am I here?
the doctor carried you back here. You were in the pod and the...
So the person you call the doctor is Sigma Climb, as in
Yes, but how do you know that?
Dio seems to have remained on...
Yes, I've been administering Soparil when...
What about the others?
They've all gone off to different... Tenmyoji and Quark...
Oh, right!
So the sleepyhead's fine. What are you two doing here?
You don't know where we are?
This is the upper floor of the pressure, the real one.
Mm-hmm.
We were just about to get dressed.
You plan to return then, to Earth, I mean.
Yeah.
Sigma told us where we could find the shuttle. Well, guess he's not really the Sigma I knew anymore. He's Dr. Klein.
Why?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just curious why you would choose to return to a devastating...
How's staying here gonna... You're gonna say something idiotic about how we should wait. You can't wait for some... Grammar doesn't work that hell. Nature does. You following me? We've already lived. Sigma failed to keep them... About 45 years ago, whatever Sigma does in the past. In fact, it's because of what he did, or didn't... Let me give you an example. Imagine a group of 100. Eventually, the road splits and one freeway continues. So one guy, let's go northwest. So they take the northwest. A semi driving the other way, 90 of them die. The surviving 10 are wounded, but they don't stop though. They keep riding down that highway, and then suddenly, something happens. Who had survived. Suddenly, he ends up back in his own body. He remembers everything. So what does S do? What anybody would do. Let's go northeast. That means all 100 of the bikers survive, and they all live happily. That's what you're thinking, right? It's a great outcome for the 100, but what about the 10 that went northwest and...
Huh? Wouldn't it be 9 people? I mean, S's mind went back.
Right. Okay. 9 people. What happens to the reality they were? Does it just disappear when... It's not as if it was only bad things. Maybe one of them fell in love with a woman, or maybe one of them picked up a homeless... That 10,000-mile journey would be friendships, farewell, the loss of those 90 lives. But what would rewriting the 9 who survived lived full... How can it be right to just... The survivors overcame their... Isn't that worth something? Isn't that the best? Is there really any point to a war? Are people who struggle for a better life just idiots? Being human is about fighting. Are you saying... That's worthless. If you're saying rewriting the past, well, then whatever God wrote those rules can You get it?
If Sigma changes the past, then you and Quark will...
Is he right?
No, it's not gonna happen. We're here right now. Even if Sigma does change the past.
Oh, then that means we get to stay... Good.
Thanks, kid.
I understand how you feel. Why you want to return to Earth. You have lives there, I imagine. There are likely people waiting.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Have you already said goodbye to the...
Bye, Luna, Alice, and Clover. We told them we'd see them again someday, and...
They were the only people you want to say goodbye to?
No point saying anything to Dio.
Besides, you were asleep too.
Sorry, but we didn't really know much.
You have a point. Akane was in the armor in this timeline, after all. What about Sigma?
Well, he's not really...
Of course, he is Dr. Climb now that his...
Yeah, but more importantly, he's the guy who... Not a lot of warm feelings there, you know.
And...
Never mind her. She's just like him. Not the Akane I knew. She must have seen some pretty awful things. She might not... But the Akane Kurashiki, she's not anywhere.
In the end, Clover and I pawns to be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we're completely resentful. We had to be here to help change the past. That part's easy to understand. But
Kinda sucks, though. I mean, Sigma and Phi have it easy. They get to go back to December 25th in 2028. They'll stop the Radical Six and save the world, and then they'll have a nice, normal future to look forward to. In other words, they get to go back to Point E and just enjoy history like it was supposed to happen.
But we don't. We're stuck with Point C as our starting point.
You told us about Tenmyoji's story, right? The one with the motorcycles? It would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest.
Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here. Without us, S's consciousness wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection.
If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead bikers would be sealed. But
It's still not the best situation for those of us left in the Northwest. We're stuck in the reality where the 90 bikers died.
are we just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now. And what about our friends and families? We left a whole world behind 45 years ago.
Even if it is for the greater good?
It just doesn't seem fair, does it?
Yeah, it's a little bit much.
So we went and talked to the old lady.
She told us that there is one way.
One way we could get back to the past.
Let's say you do go back to the past. Wouldn't that cause your minds to get thrown back here? That seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least.
Yes, you're right.
But this is different.
Different? How so?
From what she said, it sounds like there's a way we can send our bodies back in time, too.
That's ridiculous. It would create a paradox. How could you have two Clovers and two Alices at the same time?
But that wouldn't happen.
Akane says there's a way around that.
How on earth does she plan to do that?
Schrodinger's
cat.
Oh, hey, Kyle. Figured you'd come here eventually.
Where's Dr. Klein? Luna said you were with him.
He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now. There's a bedroom at the end of the hallway. He's in there if you're curious. Oh, right. He told me to turn on this hologram projector thing when you showed up. Want me to start it?
Sure.
Glad to see you. There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However, I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind. I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately, my circumstances make that an impossibility. I hope you can forgive me. Everything I know, Phi should also know. I have instructed her to answer any questions anyone might have. Anyone other than Kyle, that is.
What does he mean, other than Kyle?
Who knows? Is there anything you want to ask?
Right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are you, Phi?
I'm not Superman, that's for sure. And I'm not Batman or Spider-Man or Aquaman or a merman or a wolfman. I'm not a Brahmin or Kamen or Ramen. I'm not a Cayman either, so you really don't need to worry about anything.
Please don't dodge the question. About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something which sent your mind back to the past, correct? Specifically, you were sent to Point D, April 13th, 2029. On that date, your body was already in Akane's custody. Although by then you were in cold sleep. You wouldn't have regained consciousness, but your mind was now inhabiting that body. That pod was your home for 45 years. You slept there, frozen, until the time was right. Then on January 25th, 2074, you were finally thawed out, even though you didn't wake up. Still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room. That was when your consciousness changed bodies again. A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out and sending you back to December 25th, 2028. This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars mission test facility. Unfortunately, your plan failed. The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve. That failure determined the path you followed. Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from point E, you headed straight to point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment pods. Another consciousness enters your body around that time from the future. It is, of course, the version of you that left your body when Akane attacked you in the garden. This caused the two versions of you to swap places, and you moved 45 years into the future where you woke up on the garden floor. That put you on the line that comes here. So if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you only 3.5 months have passed since that happened. That being when you were sent back into the past from the garden. Have I missed anything?
No, everything you talked about you got right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as a kind of X factor. It's taken me the last 3.5 months to understand it.
And I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds. Could you please explain?
It's kind of like the relationship between classical mechanics and modern physics. Strictly speaking, you can't combine velocities with v1 plus v2. v1 plus v2 divided by 1 plus v1 times v2 over c squared is of course, the sort of velocity. That means that since that would mean dividing by... You see what I'm saying? In most situations, it works. So you knew, and as long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems.
I don't quite understand. In fact, I feel like you're dodging my questions.
So was that what you wanted to ask about?
No. What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028. You and Sigma infiltrated the Mars...
Yes.
What happened there? How did... And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place? What could a deadly virus have to do with the simulated mission to space?
Sorry, but I can't tell you.
Why?
Because there is a history where the virus... That's the line that goes... In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation. The future is much brighter. But if I tell you what you're asking me right now, then that reality will disappear. You understand?
I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me what I want to know?
You're about to go back to the past, right?
The past? Don't be silly. I can't do that.
Then where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about. You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past. Sigma's past.
I shall give you your answer. You are not Kyle Climb. Your body is Kyle's, but your consciousness is not. Think about it. Do you really believe you're Kyle? Or could you be someone else entirely?
Then, where is the real Kyle's consciousness?
He was thrown out when you entered. Right now, in a manner of speaking, he has arrived at December 25th, 2028. His consciousness has gone into a body from that time. I doubt you know how much the doctor loves Kyle. He raised him on his own. Kyle is irreplaceable. Do you really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here? I know what I told the others, that Kyle was Dr. Climb's spare, but that was not his only purpose. Kyle's consciousness is integral to what we are trying to accomplish. This new mission begins on Christmas and ends on New Year's Eve 2028. Its purpose will be to infiltrate the test facility and prevent the spread of the virus. For this to happen, Kyle is absolutely necessary.
And that is why he created him?
Yes.
So Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in... There's one thing that troubles me. Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D. That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2028. Does that mean he has entered my body? Have we just switched places?
I suppose you could...
That's ridiculous. What's going to happen to me? You telling me I have to spend the rest of my life here in this box?
No, not at all. You can travel freely. You are an uncontrolled. As such, the rules of this world...
I have no idea what...
Please don't try to play. I know what you... Surely you must know. You are about to go Phi and Sigma. Even with all of his... Only you can write. Only you can...
There's no way...
Yes, there... You have to. Don't you want to know what...
Well, yes, I do, but...
Then you must believe. Reality is shaped by... If observation can change, then how is it odd to think your will can change? The world will be... Remember what only you.